Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash, double honor, son to the elder apostles and great millstone, for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 31, titled The Death of Saul. Right. I did a video before this, but yeah, you know how. If you know, then you know how things can work. Just, I might read something here and then end up all over the way here. So, sorry about that. Now it says here, verse 1. Now the Philistines fought against Israel. And the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines and fell down slain in Mount Gilboa, which is here. Gilboa here. Mount Gilboa. So let me read what it says here. Wait, let me read this one. And the Philistines followed hard upon Saul and upon his sons. And the Philistines slew Jonathan and Abinadab and Melchishua, Saul's sons. And the battle went sore against Saul, and the archers hit him, and he was sore wounded at the archers, just like Josiah's died the same way by archers. In the book of 1 Ezra and also 2 Chronicles 35, verse 4. Then said Saul unto his armor bearer, Draw thy sword, and thrust me through therewith. So he asked him, like, kill me, lest these uncircumcised come and thrust me through. Because he was like, hey, kill me before these savages basically catch me, these uncircumcised dogs, before they catch me, and he said, and abuse me and do things to me. But his armor bearer would not, for he was sore afraid. Therefore Saul took a sword and fell upon it. So Saul committed suicide. He was already wounded, but he killed himself. He finished it off. But this shows you what? There's a scripture that basically shows you that no, before he even died, he was against the Lord. He went against the Lord often, like more than 3 times, but 3 major times actually. And the point is that even though he committed suicide, he still went to heaven, as they would say in the so-called Christian world, that if you commit suicide, you're not going to go to heaven. Because I was talking to this Islam guy, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I'm talking to him from time to time and stuff like that, And it's interesting to see how they think concerning what they believe in and all that there. So, yeah, he was talking about, suicide is a sin according to the so-called Christian and according to their version of the Bible, which is not the truth. The scripture does say, seek not death in the era of thy life. It does say that. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 verse 12. Seek not death in the era of your life, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your own hands. Basically, don't desire for you to basically get destroyed. With your mouth, with your, Esau says it in the world, and the people that are of this world, they believe in the fashion of this world, that I manifest and stuff like that. I manifest what I say, and don't speak negative about yourself because you're going to attract negative energy. You're going to attract negative energy and stuff like that. Well, this is what I was talking about. So don't pull destruction upon yourself with your mouth or with the things of your hand that you created or something like that, or that you're doing or whatever, with your own self. That's the point. Because if you think about it, how can you bring destruction upon yourself with your own physical hands that it's talking about what yourself, like you. Don't do stuff to yourself. You can kill yourself and stuff like that also, or wound yourself. Some people do that. They call it, I don't know, they whip themselves with. Here, people whip themselves with that self-filiation or something like that. The action of flogging oneself, especially as a form of religious discipline, this. You see, they beat themselves. Here, Edomites used to do it back in the days, but you have these East Indians do it too. God damn, I don't even want to say that shit. Yeah, you can look that up for yourself. I saw something fucked up. You know, people be chopping up. They chop their own eyes out and stuff like that. So this is a form of it also. They beat themselves to show that they are worthy of sin and all that type of stuff. Yeah, you can't do that. That's the one with your own hands. But you also have the other one with your mouth. You know, don't be against yourself and wish destruction upon yourself and stuff like that. Right. So yeah, here. And then I'm gonna give you a few examples of that is not the truth. Even though you should not seek death in the era of your life. 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 12. And when the woman saw Samuel, the woman at Endor, which was a witch that had familiar spirits, which is she, spirits like she can work with entities and stuff like that. She cried with a loud voice, and the woman spake to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid. For what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul, I saw gods ascending out the earth, which are angels. Entities. Beings. And he said unto her, What form is he of? And she said, An old an old man cometh up, and he is covered in a mantle. Which is what the superheroes have often. Superman, for example. But you have more. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself. And Samuel said to Saul, Why hast thou disquieted me? So where was he? He was in paradise, which is at rest. Because disquiet means to disturb, uneasy, make someone worry or uneasy. So that means that he was easy. He was quiet. Quiet, which means basically no noise. He was at rest. That's why people say when you die, they say rest in peace. Now, if you read the scriptures, you will see that King David and where is it? 1 Kings 1 and also Genesis 15 and also 1 Samuel. I think it's 1 Samuel. 1 Kings chapter 1 verse here. So it says here, otherwise it shall come to pass when my lord the king shall sleep with his fathers. So with King David, I found it very funny because I noticed it. You know, when you're reading, you read, he died or he's dead, stuff like that, right? But when it came to King David, it often says he sleeps with his father. Because unto King David is not actually look, it is applied. We know it is true. It is the truth, but it is like differently applied toward him when it speaks of death. Right. So it says here Matthew or Luke. Matthew 9:24. He said unto them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. Verse 25. But when the people were put forth, he went in. Basically, he said, get out of here. And took her by the hand, and the maid arose, and the fame hereof went abroad into all the land. Right, because he woke her up. so that was dope. But this is the same thing that how King David is described. And also, so it says here, let me see. When my lord the king shall sleep with his fathers, that I and my son Solomon shall be counted offenders. Yeah, but this goes into another story. And also, a deep sleep fall upon Abraham. No, that's something else. Oh yeah, that's Genesis. Oh, I thought so. That's not the same chapter. Genesis 15 and 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve, the Israelites, will I judge, which is in Egypt. And afterward they shall come out with great substance, because we were rich after we got out of Egypt, Mizraim. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. So, here again, it shows you that Abraham went to go with his fathers. And King David also went to go with his fathers. And by the way, this is talking about the other Gihon. I have a video on this already. Lord willing, I'll release it after I'm done with, I think, 1 Samuel chapter 31. I think I'm going to release it then. So there are two river Gihons, the one in Genesis chapter 2 and the one here, which is actually not a river, it's a spring. And I'll explain that in another video, by the way. Right, so going to Genesis 15 and, okay, slept with his fathers, yeah. And also to 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, to King David, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom, which is King Solomon. Right, and the Lord took it from Saul. And why did he take it from Saul? Well, wait, I'll get to that. So it says here, verse 15. So 1 Samuel 28:15. And Saul said to Samuel, why hast thou disquieted me? Because he was at rest. To bring me up. And Saul answered, see, this shows you also that you can actually talk to the dead. You can actually conjure up spirits of the dead. And in this case, it was a righteous man, one of the beloved of the Lord, Samuel. You know, one of the first prophets after 450 years. You can catch that here. 1 Samuel chapter 3 verse 3. And the child Samuel ministered before Yahweh, unto Yahweh before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. It was very scarce that the Lord would talk to you. There were no open visions because Israel had been sinning for, let me see something here, 13. Acts 13 and 20. And after that he gave unto them judges about the space of 450 years until Samuel the prophet. So for a space about 450 years there was no prophet. There were only judges. And if you go to the book of 1 Samuel and then you go to the book before it, of course, you will see that it's going into book of Ruth. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back here. Here, Judges. Here. So the book of Judges comes, then Ruth, and then Samuel. So between Judges and Samuel was about 450 years. Something like that. So for the 450 years, he did not give prophets. And the word of the Lord rarely came to them because they were stubborn. I mean, as soon as Joshua died, the Israelites, the first thing they did was Judges chapter 2. And the children of 11, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. And they forsook Yahweh and served Balaam of Baal, which is Balaam, and Ashtaroth. Ashtaroth is the Easter bunny chick. One of 3 demons, whatever. It's the Easter bunny female. You know, the bird chick. It's also the queen of heaven. Where's the bird chick? You had different nations that would worship her in with a different name and stuff like that. Here you see her as the beast on, the woman on the beast. Here, I was looking for this. I'm telling you. Here you see her as the bird female chick. That's why you have these Valkyries. If you see a Valkyrie, that's actually the Queen of Heaven. One form of her. Because she's with the bird thing here, with the wings and stuff like that. and she's to be the what? She's depicted as to be one that steppeth upon lions. I know these two lions look like two mice, like two mices, but it's actually a lion. She steps on lions, you know. Therefore, they use her because in their mind, she's going to step upon the conquering lion called Yahushai. But then you have the other conquering lion, which is Satan. So, which Satan is talking about? Yeah, but I know that they're not talking about Satan. I know that they want to represent this one. In their mind, is a representation of, you know, that she will step on the Lord and stuff like that, you know. But it actually, it's not like that. It's more actually of, she is a warrior woman that steps on something of power, because the horse also represents power, but the lion also represents power. Her feet is on a lion. Damn it, I can't find it. I'm looking for a specific one. Mesopotamia. If I can't find it, then I'm gonna leave it, because I am looking for. Wow. Okay. She was also worshipped by the Canaanites. She was known as a goddess of war. Yeah, if I think I put this title, then I get what I want. Damn it, I'm still not getting what I want. This thing is... It's not doing what I want. Okay, let me see here maybe. This is what I want. This. Here you see her stepping on the lion. If you can see the big broad nose. So it's a Mesopotamian idol. It has nothing to do with these Caucasus people. Even the devils they want to actually put themselves as. But then they make it so-called beautiful so that everybody would, you know, look at it like, wow, such a pretty woman. Wow. Yeah, this is a representation of... They even say it here. It's a Canaan goddess. These people are the devil, but their words, you know, because Phoenicians saw Canaanites. It's a Greek invention, the Phoenicians, because yeah, the Phoenicians refer to call themselves Canaanites. Oh boy. And don't they say like, you black people, you're Hamites, you're Canaanites. That's why we were allowed to enslave you. Stuff like that. But when it comes to beautifying it, then they make it white. No, the white person is not no goddamn black ass sunburned nigger. You know, so when it's in their so-called beauty favor, then they put a Caucasus chick. But when it's to ridicule you and spit on you, then they say, yeah, you're Canaanites, you're black. Black people are Hamites and Canaanites. So, yeah. Only to benefit themselves, they're going to use certain things. Right, anyway, enough of this. That's the chick. But and she's also an idol of child sacrifice. She's also an idol of child sacrifice. I can't find it right here. Anyway, you could look it up for yourself if you have the time. It's child sacrifice also. So they did that too. Psalms 106 explains that to you. Baal too. He's also a child sacrifice. But they do other things too. You know, they do blood drinking rituals and, you know, sacrifice a loved one or a family member, you know, instead of your own children. You know, they do that one. A loved one. It had to be someone you love. Right? So, okay, so they did that. So as soon as Joshua died, they went right back to following other gods. And okay, going back over here. Why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed. For the Philistines make war against me, and Yahweh is departed from me, and answered me no more, neither by prophets, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest know that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Right. Then said Samuel, Wherefore then doth thou ask of me, seeing Yahweh is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And Yahweh had done to him as he had spoken by me. That's what Samuel knew. Like, yeah, I'm going to kill this guy. For Yahweh had rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David, because thou obeyest not. I wanted to say didst not. Sorry. Because thou obeyest not the voice of Yahweh, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek. Therefore hath the Lord done this thing unto thee this day. So, I'm going to get to the suicide part. But let me read this first. Where is it? Let me see. No, I don't think it's no. Here, 1 Samuel 15:9. But Saul and the people spared Agag, which was an Amalekite. And the best of the sheep, you can read the chapter if you have the time for yourself. And the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, which the Lord said, Go and utterly destroy Amalek. Verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came out of Egypt, when Israel came out of Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Right. So let me see. He went down there. He spared the Kenites, which was all right, because they was friends of ours. What's her name again? Well, Heber the Kenite, which had Jael. The Kenites are Ishmaelites. Here, Judges 4:11. What? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, here, Heber. He was a Kenite. And 17. No. 17 says, Howbeit, Sisera fled on his feet to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. For there was peace between Jabin, the king of Hazor, and the house of Heber the Kenite. Jabin is a Canaanite. Here. Which is Judges 4 and 2. And Yahweh sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan. See? So he's a Canaanite. And Sisera was working for Jabin. Sisera was their captain. Here. And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army. Right. So going back over here. So he was a Heber. He was a Midianite. So going on, let me see. Agag. Yeah. So he spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and the oxen, and the fatlings, and the lambs, all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. So he went against what the Lord told him to do. But everything that was vile, he refused. That they destroyed utterly. As if that's something good. But the gold and stuff, he kept. The good looking animals, he kept. That type of stuff. Verse 11, 1 Samuel 15:11. It repented me that I have set up Saul to be king. And the Lord did not make a mistake, because he wanted to punish them. Because the Israelites didn't want the Lord for a king. So what did he do? I'm going to give you a wicked king. 1 Samuel 8 and 11. So this is what Samuel said that the Lord would give them. And he said, "This will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He shall take your sons and appoint them for himself." He even took David away from his father's house, that David could not return to his father's house. So he literally did that for his and appoint them for himself, and for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariot. And so he set up also others to ear his ground, which is also to stand guard, but also to reap his the fields for the weed and all that there, and to reap his harvest. He will take your daughters and make them into perfume makers, cooks for himself, bakers for himself. For his soldiers, for his officers, his soldiers, he will take 1/10 of the seed of the people of the land that worked hard on their land. He will come and take your stuff. Huh? What are you taking my stuff? I need to feed my soldiers. But, yeah, you can't do anything because it's the king. So he just took his stuff. So the Lord gave them a wicked king. But in the beginning, he was good. But wait, I have a precept on that too. Wait, let me see something. I have it somewhere here. Where? Yeah, I didn't put it. Oh, wait, no. Wow, okay. It said somewhere that he had a good heart. In the beginning, of course. But after a while, power corrupted him. He just got fucked up. So wow, I do not. I think it was here then. It must be in that same chapter then. Then it must be here. Sorry. 1 Samuel chapter 9 verse 2. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice man. Very good, He's the one to pick. And a goodly man. And there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From the shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. So he was basically a giant compared to the people. So he was big, and he was better than the rest. Just like how it says about Moses, he was the most meek man in all the earth. And still he didn't make it in the kingdom. Yeah. Joshua also did good, but at the end, the Lord still killed him because he made a mistake. Moses made a mistake. Saul made 3. David made, and he had mercy on him. That's why the Lord said, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. Because you don't know the relationship between them. It's like this. When you see a guy fighting with a girl, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the time, police officers, any person would fight for the girl. Because she's a female, So, but you don't know what she did. You don't know the relationship between them. That's why you need to shut the hell up sometimes. Because you don't know the relationship between. You don't know what has happened to where they're fighting each other right about now. A lot of the times she would agree, like, oh shit, I'll beat her ass too. But you feel sorry for her because she's weak. But for example, let's say the girl was sucking off his friend, or just some random guy that she just met, and then came home with the semen in the mouth and still kissed him in the mouth. Those things happen. Those things really happen. I know a person with that it happened to. So that's fucked up. And it was like this. There was a party. You shouldn't go to parties anyway. Some kind of club. And then the female was in the toilet. Came out the toilet, went to the guy that I know, started kissing him at the neck, and slowly creeping up toward his mouth, and then he pulled his face like that. And then the girl got angry. She got angry, and she left. She get to stepping. And then another guy came that he knew, And he was laughing at him like, yo, did you kiss the girl? Did you kiss the girl? He said, nah, man, I don't know the beast, man. He's trying to kiss me and shit. I don't know her. And then he said, yo, you lucky. She just got sucking off the other friend of ours, the other guy. Well, it wasn't their friend mutually, but his friends and his other friends. But they knew each other. But yeah, still, she just got done sucking him off in the toilet. So it wasn't even 5 minutes. It wasn't even 5 minutes. So she still had the semen in her mouth, even though she swallowed it. She swallowed it. So these are the type of things that's going on. If you beat the shit out of her, I would understand. You know, he had to wash his neck though. She did kiss his neck. You know, almost hickeys and stuff like that. So you got semen on your neck, bro. You know, so that's gay. So they can make you gay, and then you gonna have to kill a bitch. You know, so hey, I understand. So I do understand that. But anyway, so what am I looking for again? Oh yeah. Moses was. Oh yeah, here. Numbers chapter 12, verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Damn. When I read that, I was like, yo, wow. What? Man, there's millions of people upon the planet Earth, and he was the most meek of them all. Wow. I was like, yo, that's great honor right there. And also, Saul was the goodlier man among the Israelites. So he was good at the beginning. But I do know that power can corrupt. That's why I'm actually kind of afraid. Because I see people in the leadership do dumb shit. I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's a good idea for me to be up in there. I'm kind of scared. I don't know. It will come. The power. Oh, shit. Scary. That shit's scary, man. Yeah, I just scared the shit out of me. I'd look at it. But, you know, sometimes you want it to be like, yeah, man, I want to get the power too, man. And then be like, no, I don't think it's the right idea. I don't think it's a good idea. Anyway, so I had another one in my head. I lost it because I kept on talking. That's kind of irritating, but I had one in my head, so it prevented me from turning. Yo, so yeah, he didn't make a mistake. And sorry, I'm thinking. So the manner of king that he was already prophesied what he was going to be like. Wait. I found it. This is what I was looking for also. Hosea, which is a link to this one here. 1 Samuel chapter 8 verse 11. The manner of king that he will be, the type of king that he will be. And also 7. And Yahweh said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people, and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. That's crazy, but you know, and Samuel was justifiably displeased, and he was angry with them. Like, what? Why do you want to have a king like all the other nations? And then the Lord was like, oh yeah? Okay. Hosea chapter 13, verse 11. I started 9. O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself, but in me is thine help, Yahweh. I will be thy king. Where is any other that may save thee in all thy cities? None. And thy judges of whom thou saidest, give me a king and princes, because there's many of them. Among Judah and among Israel, all of them, all 12 tribes wanted a physical king. I gave thee a king in my anger and took him away in my wrath. So I gave you, and he fucked y'all up. He fucked y'all up. He really fucked y'all up too, right? And then I killed him. I took him away. Bye. The iniquity of Ephraim is bound up. His sin is hid. And where did he do this? He did this he did it to Saul. And he did it also unto the Israel, the northern tribes, which is the kingdom of Israel. He did it to them too. You know, he gave them fucked up kings to rule over them harsh. For example, here, Ezekiel 34 and also Ezekiel 9. Ezekiel 34, but what will the Lord do with those false prophets that are, you know, he'll kill them. Because it says here, Ezekiel, who had resisted his will, he had mercy on whom he will, and whom he will, he harden it. He make you stubborn. You know, so Ezekiel 34 and 2, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. So you're supposed to be the shepherds. The Lord raised up another shepherd, his one. And he said, prophesy and say unto them, unto those damn shepherds, thus saith Yahweh the power unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Ain't you supposed to feed them? Why are you extorting them? For example, because there was a lot of that going on. Even when the Lord was on the scene, trying to make money off of the scriptures. Don't make not my father's house a house of merchandise. Trying to make money, trying to sell stuff to you. Because they know Jake is stupid. I don't mean to say it like that, but Jake is stupid. I mean, I'm a Jake, so I'm not talking about excluding me. I do dumb shit, but Lord willing, I snap out of it. You know, but yeah, they're just mean, right? I'm mean too, but I'm mean different. Anyway, Lord willing, of course. Lord willing, of course. Let me just say that. Right, they were supposed to help the flock. They wasn't helping. So, and this is one. And so the Lord said, go kill him, basically. Go prophesy against those shepherds. And Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 14, which says, no, 4. Ezekiel 14 and 9. 14 and 9, which says, and if the prophet be deceived when he had spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet. Gotcha, bitch. And I will stretch out my hand upon them, I'll destroy him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And they shall bear the iniquity. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. You're going to die. So everyone that is following a false prophet, the Lord did that to you. And everyone that is a false prophet, guess what? The Lord did that to you too. And why did he do that? To kill you. Simple. Job 12:16. With him, with the Heavenly Father, is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So if you are deceived by a false prophet, the Lord did that to you. If you are a deceiver, a false prophet, or a false teacher, the Lord did that to you. The Heavenly Father leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh judges fools. He make you a bad judge. You think you know the situation, he make you look stupid. Right? He leadeth counselors away spoiled. You think you got this great advice. You always, and now you're finna get robbed. And now you're finna get destroyed. Right. So anyway, going on. Look at the counselor of Absalom. He was great with the counsel. He had the counsel of a god. He was conspiring with Absalom, which he was supposed to be King David, his counselor. Right, 2 Samuel chapter 16. 2 Samuel 16 and 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man inquired at the oracle of the heavenly Father. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel. Okay. Both with David and with Absalom, which is his son. David his son. Which is just madness. I mean, he was trying to murder his father. How can you help him? Okay, cool. But anyway, he did. So yeah. So right. So his counsel was beyond your imagination. His counsel was like the one. No, you gotta listen. That's what it was. You might not like him, but his counsel is dead on. And yeah, the Lord made him look like a fool, because he said it right there in Job 12 and 17, or is it 18? He made him look stupid. That's the funny part, you know what I'm saying? So that was funny. You know, he leaded counsel away spoiled. 17. Yeah. Right. So, pardon. Let me go on. Right. So let me see. Appointed. Okay, that. So the one of Hosea. I just read it again. No, I don't need to read it. So Hosea chapter 13, verse 1. The Lord did that to Saul. He to the people. He gave them a king that he himself actually didn't want to give him. He didn't want to, but they wanted it. So he gave them, like, oh, you want to be stubborn? Because you have to understand how they asked of a king. They asked of a king because they saw it with somebody else. Now, you know what's disrespectful? Is when somebody learns something from someone else and then he comes home and trying to apply that thing to his household. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. Look, I'm going to give you an example of a fact, right? Now, if you have a brother that you know is a soft brother, he loves his wife, why are you going to teach him that he needs to be a man in the house? His wife is cool with him, man. Don't change that man, his mentality toward his wife, because now you're a home wrecker. You have to understand what type of times we are in right now. You shouldn't go to that guy and tell him, like, hey man, you need to be hard with your girl, man. You need to tell the things what you need to do, nigga. Or else you ain't a man, nigga. You need to be a real man. Step up, nigga, step up. You're one of the dumbest Negroes up on the planet Earth. You need to assess the situation, respect his mind, and also respect his wife. Don't be a fool. Don't go and try to make him put his foot down in the house. Look, talk to him and guide him toward, stuff like that. Don't teach him to go, hey man, you need to put your foot there. No, what you're going to do is, if he takes your advice, which he shouldn't be doing, but you have people that actually do it. He takes your advice, goes home, trying to put his foot down. Before you know, they're divorced. Yeah, man, she left me. Why? She said, I'm not the man that she fell in love with. Since I went with the scriptures, I changed. Why are you teaching the man like that? You need to guide him in a correct path. Like, hey, don't go trying to be the boss in your house. Don't be a lion. Be cool cat. If she accepts certain things, she accepts it. If she doesn't, keep your mouth away from her, and that is in thy bosom. Don't be talking too much to her when it comes to scriptures, because she wants to do fun things. Unless it's evil things like going on a Christmas whatever, or whatever type of thing. I'm talking about a feast. She wants to buy a Christmas tree and all that type of stuff. No. That you stop. That's against the Lord. But let's say, and she want to go somewhere or something like that, and the same brothers ask you, like, hey, let's go to this place. My man, the brothers can understand sometimes, man. It's not all the time, by the way. Don't think I'm picking up for the girl. No. Me, I would try and preserve the household first. I'll see you tomorrow, brother. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you tomorrow, brother. If it's all the time, I would ask you, like, hey, my man, I don't see you that often. Let's hang out a little bit. Yeah. But you know what the other thing is? If you have to beg a person to hang around you, then maybe your dumbass need to change in order for him to want to hang around you. Let's say, for example, after camp or whatever, or whenever. If a person don't want to hang around you or hang around in the midst of y'all, maybe you need to change in order to make him feel good about himself from hanging around you. You know, so there's a lot of things going on, you know what I'm saying, concerning with the counsels and stuff like that. Like, hey, some counselors are good and some are good, but you shouldn't act upon it. Like, and put your foot down in the house of your household and stuff like that. Not everything, man. You know, you don't have to be a mean demon towards your wife. I have learned that through time, a lot of these women, if they really love you, they will actually they would gradually go with you, like go with the flow in the scriptures. Not that you're teaching them all the time, but they will naturally gradually go with it, you know, instead of you just learned and then you come home and trying to so-called man up and all that type of crazy stuff. No, that's not the one that she fell in love with. You know, she's going to say you changed because, you know, the scriptures, and then it's going to create a wedge between y'all. And that is not what I'm about. So I would not give that dumbass counsel to a person that I know, like, okay, this guy is a certain type. Don't tell him to do that. That's not good. Tell him this one. You know, give him understanding. Explain stuff to him. You know, stuff like that. But anyway, the Israelites, they were very brutal in asking of a king. Why? Verse 5. So what did they do? They saw other people do it. Now they want to do it too. That's where the whole thing of my explanation started in the first place, concerning you have certain people that see other people do things. Now they want to do it too in their house. No, man. You need to get your own type of things going on for yourself. The things that you see another do in his household is not the things that you should do in your own. You could learn off of him and apply it, but also apply it your own mannerism, your own way. Let's say he goes home and, you know, throws his jacket down and his wife takes it up and brings it to the thing to hang and stuff, like in the closet. And then you want to go and do that? Come on, man. Why do you want to be like him? If you see something that you like of him, then, you know, be like, okay, cool, that's what the Lord gave him. And leave it at that. Or ask your wife. Leave that, man. That was a joke. You know, don't try to iron fist your look. Let me leave it with the scripture. Don't be a lion in your house. The book of Sirach 4:30. Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants. Don't be a paranoid beast, all bossy and shit. Because you will meet a person that's not going to pick up with that shit. You speak like a beast, he's going to turn against you too. Like if you think you tough. You know what I'm saying? Because certain people, they will not respect you. No man can have two masters. If you speak to one as if you're his master and he catches on to it, he's not gonna listen to you. He's not gonna follow you. You know, so yeah. Frantic. Distraught with fear, anxiety, or other emotions. What is the old one? Insane, violently mad. Basically be paranoid with it. Trippy. You trippy red. Not frantic among your servants. Don't be a beast. Don't be a savage. You know, so don't be a savage in your house, and don't be a savage among your servants. Well, we don't have servants nowadays in 2025, but it's talking about those days. But anyway, so yeah. But let me go on. 1 Samuel chapter 8 verse 5. And said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. So even though Samuel was this beautiful soul, great and all that there, his sons were pieces of shit. Now make us a king. Well, not pieces of shit. I don't want to be disrespectful, you know, but there was not like Samuel, you know. There wasn't like him. Now make unto us a judge like what? Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. That's disrespectful. You know, you want to have another man's household in another kingdom, in another nation, in another realm, and then you want to bring it here. That's why I gave the example of, you have certain men that come up in this truth, and then, you know, they leave, and then they say, yeah, man, this whole truth destroyed my family, man. Because those people that were with you gave you bad advice concerning your girl. I've seen that. And then, you know, I would go and be like, no, don't do that with him. No. You can't talk to him about his girl like that. It's not a good idea. No. Don't say that. Hey, don't make jokes about him and his wife. No, I don't like that. But other people, I bust a joke on you because I see your spirit. I see what you do. How you be. Be like, okay, I'm going to say some shit. But other people, you don't do that. You don't do that to other people. You know, the defenders of the weak. That's a beautiful thing. I actually like that. But people that are bold, I might bust a joke on you. But I'm not going to continue with that. I don't do shit like that neither. You know. 1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 6. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto Yahweh. So even he was like, oh, sorry, not even he. I mean, like, even me was like, hey, this doesn't sound good. So, and then the Lord gave him a king in wrath. So, okay, enough talking about that. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse, let me see. So here he disrespected the Lord. He disobeyed the Lord, which is also disrespect. But yeah.